And one of the things I say to filmmakers who come and want to work with me, I say to them, look, if you're here to get a movie financed, I'm not your guy. But if you're here to have a career as a filmmaker and willing to play the long game, then I'd be happy to discuss your project.
We are super thrilled. We have Franco here today. He's an executive producer and producer in films. Have you guys ever wondered how a film gets financed? How deals get put together? Well, this is going to be a special treat for you guys. Franco, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm happy to be here.
So when Biden and I first met you, we were literally blown away how you started in a completely different field. You started producing relatively later in life, competing with like 20-somethings. Can you talk about that?
Since I was 8 years old, I had a dream of being in the entertainment business, but the dream wasn't ever to be famous or to be an actor or to be on a screen or on a stage. My dream was always behind the scenes. And I thought to myself, I need to make the commitment. And my commitment was to be in the business by the time I was 40. I only had about a month and I got a position as a publicist for a celebrity photographer.
That is so cool.
I just made it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, because I think one of the things that artists need to do is make the goals, set goals, and then they'll make it. And so you did that. Even that one, just putting a time goal on it.
So Franco, what are some of the biggest challenges in raising financing for a film?
The trouble with most, especially first and second time filmmakers, because that's kind of who I focus on. And if you mess up on your first movie, you're in trouble. Because then you can't go raise $1 million and then only return $250,000. Have you done the footwork and determined exactly what the budget should be on your film? Or you're just literally pulling a number out of the air and saying, I can make this movie for $1 million. The question isn't, where am I going to get $1 million for me? The question is, how am I going to turn that $1 million into two? And in my world, if I can't see the other side, if I can't see a project having enough legs to be able to make it into distribution and get enough of a recoupment, when I get my valuations, they give us 3 estimates, the low, the middle, and the high. Well, my rule of thumb is your low has to be 2 times budget, or don't make the movie.
Your low has to be 2 times your budget?
Your budget, right. So if your budget, it's a rule of thumb, right? But if your budget is $1 million, then you should be able to show that you can make 2. If it's 3 million, you should be able to make 6. And if you can't do that, then you've increased the risk dramatically for the people who are putting that money in.
What would you say are some of the biggest barriers one can encounter in producing a film, and how should one prepare for those?
Look, if you win an Oscar, great for you. If you make 100 million, like some of these movies we hear about that they made it for nothing and they broke, But that shouldn't be the goal. That could happen, that'd be great, but the goal should be get the movie made, don't lose the investors' money, get a distribution deal so that the movie actually is out into the world and it works, and be able to make that recoupment come back. If you can do that on your first film, your second film, now you go from that 500 to 1.2.
Exactly.
People come to me all the time. They come to me with their script, right? And they say, "Oh, this is my baby. Like this is it. I have to direct this. I'm the only person on the planet that could possibly direct this movie." And to that I say,
I've never heard that, by the way.
Have you ever said it? To that I say, great, good for you. You should direct that movie, but not now. Why would you experiment with it to go out there and try to figure out how to make a feature film for your first time on the baby? Make it 5th. Make it 3rd. But make a couple of other films and get your name out there and start getting some notoriety and start having people, like I said, reverse that course and get people to come to you with offers of money and distribution because of your work. And then you can call your own shots. There's only really 2 ways you can go about this, right? You can pitch and sell, where you're literally going out to companies and asking them if they want to buy your script or option it. At which point it then becomes theirs.
Right.
Or you can make it yourself.
And
maintain control creatively, maintain control financially. Maybe have some skin in the game so that you actually own, both sides of the investment side, and show the investors that you're committed. But if you want to go to a distributor and get worldwide distribution and potentially end up, with a Lionsgate deal or a Netflix deal or whatever the case may be, and then have your film shown throughout the world, then you got to step up your game. And now you're talking about moving from the minor leagues into the Olympics.
Right.
That's the leap you have to take.
Yeah.
There's no sort of middle ground.
Now, you've done a lot of things in your career. Was there ever a time where you wanted to give up?
I fell into a hole. Like, I had an experience, I can't really discuss it from a legal standpoint. And that experience brought me so far down. And I had come to this realization that I had given everything up to be here to do this.
Yeah.
And now, what do? I'm 50-something years old. What am I going to do? And a film came along that changed my life. The film was called Guns, Girls, and Gambling.
Gary Oldman.
Gary
I love
Oldman.
him.
It gave me that breath of confidence again that I needed. Just having that one credit out of all my credits, that was the one that was sort of the pivot point for me to go, you know what? You're going to be okay.
Yay.
Like, watch out. Here I go. So yeah, it was a tough time.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm still grateful for it.
Yeah.
Now I can look back and say I'm grateful for that whole experience because of what it ultimately led to.
What does dream big mean to you?
Go for it. Take the risk, roll the dice.
Yeah.
What else you got? Right? Don't be afraid. Just go for it. That's what I had to do. You just go.
Bayou and I thought that we would pitch you an idea that we came up with.
Okay.
We were living in Silver Lake and we're surrounded by all these hipsters. And we thought these are very interesting characters. So we sort of created a legend where Echo Park and Silver Lake are built on this ancient Aztec burial ground. And the most intense gang element comes back as zombies to kill the worst of the hipsters.
Oh my God.
Yes, and there's these two characters that are like the most unlikely heroes, these musician guys. And they have to sort of save the neighborhood.
My first question is it present day?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's present day. Would it be a television series or would it be a film?
It could be a television
It could be
series.
a TV
Yeah,
series.
my gut tells me it would be better probably served as a series.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that conceptually it sounds like a really fun thing.
Okay, cool.
And I think that you should definitely pursue it.
Cool.
And let me know when you wrote the first script. I think if you do it as a television thing, you should map out your episodes so that we know where it's going.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you might have just seen History Made right here. Maybe Franco will produce it with us. We'll see.
Sure,
And then,
that'd be great.
But yeah, this has been a pleasure. You've been
Huge
like
pleasure.
for us, because we brought all kinds of artists and actors in this, but to hear your incredible. I call them nuggets, $1 million nuggets to the table
Thank
here
you.
and to the show. I think you're going to help millions of artists. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having
Franco,
me. I really
Yeah.
appreciate
endless
it.
gratitude
Thank
to
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks so much for watching the Dream State special film episode with executive producer Franco Sama.
He's a man, and please make sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss any of our episodes. Comment, let us know what you want to hear. Maybe you want Franco back, let us know. And then because we love those likes.
All right, guys, Dream Team Directors on YouTube. Thank you.